Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be covering how you can manage local SEO accounts at tremendous scale with tremendous ease using one of my favorite SEO tools out there. I'm going to walk you through the entire local SEO section of Search Atlas and show you how it can be beneficial, how you can use it for your clients, and how you can leverage it to get better local SEO rankings. If you're interested in using Search Atlas for your clients, I have a link in the description. And if you do sign up on the trial or for the full program using my affiliate link, then you can DM me and I will personally walk you through the local SEO section and help you set it up for your agency. All right, so let's get into it. Okay, so once you logged into Search Atlas, at the top you have the local SEO section. You just simply click into this. It's going to take you to the My Businesses screen. Basically, all of the accounts that you have connected in here, when you connect their GBP, they're going to show here. It's going to give you a really good overview of the number of reviews that are coming in, the heat map keywords you have set up if you have them set up. So adding a new GBP is pretty straightforward. You just put in their name, ID, or URL into this box here. Click save, and that's all you got to do. It's going to add them to this list, and it's going to set you up for each of these sections, which we're about to cover right now. Okay, so the first thing we're going to cover is the local SEO heat map. Clients love this, and it's a very powerful tool if you're doing local SEO because it creates a visual representation of the effectiveness of your campaigns. So once you've added your businesses here, you're just going to come over to the local SEO heat map page, and we're going to select them from this drop box. Here you can see I've selected a client right here. We can see the different keywords that we have set up. So for each keyword that you set up is going to be a different search. You can see what the average score is right here. So these average scores are not great, but for an example, let's go ahead and click into one of these. Let's look at psychotherapy services. All right, so diving in, you can see why our keyword ranking score is 20.4 because this is where the business is, and as you branch out, you can see where they show up in a local search for all of these areas. So of course, you know with local SEO, the ranking a lot of times depends on the proximity to the business. So if you're over here in Inglewood and you're trying to find something in Bronxville, not likely it's going to show up even if your SEO is top of its game. Because most people are not going to want to drive this entire way for therapy services. It's common sense. However, usually within a 5 to 7 mile radius, people don't mind driving. So in this radius is where you want to rank, and you want to get your clients ranking as quickly as possible. So what's really neat about this type of report is it's refreshed monthly. You can set it up to auto refresh. You can also do it manually. You can see that this one was last ran October 9th, 2024. So I'm going to go ahead and rerun this again so we can see a comparison. So I'll just click on refresh now and we'll give it a second. Okay, so as you can see, there is a slight difference here. So rankings have started in the very close proximity to the business itself. You can see it's starting to spread out there, but there's still a lot of area that needs focus. And you can see that our keyword ranking score also went up with 3 good pins, 3 medium pins, 1 bad pin, and then 88 where we're not ranking at all. So if you see 20 plus, it just means you're not ranking at all in that area. So what does that mean from a strategic perspective? Maybe you need to get some more local citations. Maybe you need to create some location-based pages. Maybe you need to set up another GBP in some more strategic areas. It can mean a lot of different things. But as these reports start to rack up, you can use the slider right here to go between different dates. And we'll go back even further. Yeah, so you can see October 2nd, we had an average score of 20.2. As we move forward to the next one, which was ran at the end of that month, we went to a 20.4. And then for the one that we just ran right now, we can see 19.8. Especially when you run this on a monthly basis, you can show your clients that you are progressing. And you can also show your team, hey, these are some places where we need to target more specifically in order to get ranked or increase the rankings. So the local SEO heat map is key. You must set this up for your local SEO clients. It does wonders for your strategy, but also for your reporting. So now jumping into the local citations. So this is relatively new in Search Atlas. You've probably been using things like Yext or BrightLocal or other tools, or even doing it manually before. I could probably make a video on Yext and give you my opinion about that, but I won't do it right now. For the sake of time, I'm just going to say, hey, if you want to quickly boost your local citations, just go ahead and select this right here. So you can select all the main data aggregators By selecting all of them, you do get a discount. You purchase the credits, confirm and continue. Now, in this process, you're just going to put in your business information. It's going to pull a lot of it from your GBP because you want that to be your source of truth. So just make sure that your name, address, phone number, email, all of those details are up to date on your GBP. And then you can go through this process of taking that information and dispersing it to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of local citations to boost your local rankings. All right, so moving on to GBP Automations. So as you can see, this is currently in beta, but it does work very well. So from the main section, it's your task. So any manual task that show up that you need to do that it can't quite do yet, it's going to populate here. So this is really good to have your team just check on daily, weekly, or whatever frequency you want. And we can deploy, we can manually add, we can hide, etc. So it looks through all the GBPs that you have selected. And you can see that add social media profiles, add booking URL. If those things are relevant, then you should probably go ahead and do them. The next section we have under here is the posts. So if you want to automate or further facilitate adding GBP posts to your clients, you can do that from in here. You can schedule new ones with AI, which is awesome. You can automate the posting. You can change how frequently you want it to post. And you can really take this entire process of adding content to your GBPs and offload it to Search Atlas, which is really handy if you want to do something like that. The automation aspects of GBP work really well, even though it's currently in beta. In this next section, we have reviews. So if you've seen my video on how you can connect GHL, or you can connect high level to auto respond to reviews, it works very well. Well, now this is being pulled into Search Atlas also, and probably in the future they're going to integrate and it'll just be one source. But you can have Search Atlas auto respond to your clients' reviews as they come in. You just give them some details, essentially building an AI prompt. You tell them about the company. You can tell Search Atlas what to do based on the number of stars that the review is left. For example, with our clients, if it's 3 or below, we do not want to automatically post a response. But with 4s and 5s, then we do. We can choose auto approve. You can have approve before posting, etc. Usually for the 3, 2s, and 1s, it's best to check with your client before doing that. So you can do that manually, or you can draft with AI and just have your client success reach out to the client and get them to approve it before posting. This works very well. It's a good way to stay on top of your reviews. So if you've been looking to automate this process of responding to reviews so that way they can be responded to specifically and timely at scale, this is the best way to do it. Moving on, if you're not doing question and answers in your GBP, then you need to start right now. It's a very powerful way to essentially build an FAQ onto your client's Google business pages, and it helps with ranking specific keywords in a local area. So I recommend doing it right away, and this tool allows you to do it very easily. It's self-explanatory. I don't even have to say a whole lot. Obviously, you just add a question and then you add the answer. So you can generate QAs, which is a really helpful tool if you didn't want to come up with them on your own. So here you can even write your own question and have it generate the response, or you can have it generate the questions and then write your own response. You can configure it however you want to, and you can even schedule it when you would want it to post. So again, the new automation tools that are in Search Atlas for local SEO are going to save your team tons of time. So all of the GBP automations that we've covered so far are going to save your team a ton of time for these tedious things that need to be done but can easily be handed off to AI. All right, so for the last automation, we have GBP Automation. So very similar to what Search Atlas can do with auto, we can do that here. So a lot of the recommendations that it's going to suggest, such as a new description or the name, or if you need to add QA, if there's any actions that need to be done, you can have Search Atlas automatically apply those for you. Now, I recommend looking at these before you automatically apply them across the board, but it's really easy to just even manually apply changes. For example, this is showing that we have 17 unanswered reviews. So when we look on this, it's going to take us to that section. So in this situation, the reviews that are not responded to are so old, it doesn't even make sense to respond to them. So we can just ignore that. But for example, right here, it says add booking link. Now, in this case, for this particular type of business, they don't have a booking link. But if they did, we would just click edit. We would add it here, and it would auto deploy to the website. We can just click here, put in the booking link, check mark, and it will auto deploy to their profile. So if you wanted a way to manage all of your clients' Google business profiles in a very easy manner that's super scalable, then this entire GBP automation section is the perfect tool for you. All right, and so for the last tool, the local SERPs, basically what this tool allows you to do is search for a keyword in a specific area. So if you wanted to find a bakery in Nashville or a bakery in Houston, you would just type in the keyword and you would put in that location and it'll bring up search results from that area. Right now it's not working. Google keeps flagging me as being a robot. So we're just going to skip that for now, but it's very self-explanatory. All right, so that covers the entire local SEO section. I hope you found this helpful. Again, if you want to try this tool, it's one of my favorite tools. I've been doing SEO for over 10 years. This is one of my favorite tools. I love how they're constantly adding new features and implementing AI into every aspect of it. It's done wonders for myself, my team, our clients, and I highly recommend it to anyone. If you want to get in on this, if you want to give it a shot, if you want to try it out with your clients, there's a link in the description. Again, if you sign up as my affiliate partner, just DM me on social and I will personally walk you through getting it set up for your first client. Lastly, subscribe because I'm covering every aspect of Search Atlas on this channel so I can help you deliver the best quality results for your clients.